Developing news tonight. A pregnant rapper from Detroit is murdered in Atlanta. She was shot 4 times in the face this week. And her family tells us they have a good idea why she was targeted and killed. Know her as Qualeisha Barnes. Followers of Detroit and Atlanta hip-hop know her as Siditty.
Probably because I know I'm worth a milli.
Qualeisha and her family are all from Southwest Detroit. She's been in Atlanta for a decade. The 36-year-old was 14 weeks pregnant, shot 4 times in the face in the middle of the night while in a car in Atlanta this week.
I heard gunshots, like maybe 4 or 5 gunshots, and then a car, Honda, just flew up the street. Like 20, 30 minutes later, the cops everywhere.
Atlanta police say it looks like someone shot through the windshield and drove off. They're using security video to piece it all together. Qualisha's family says she was targeted because she was pregnant.
At 1:23 in the morning on April 8, 2026, Atlanta police responded to a shots fired call in a residential neighborhood in the southeast part of the city. When officers arrived at the 2900 block of Springside Place Southeast, they found a white Range Rover Sport stopped in the middle of the road. Not parked, not pulled over, stopped. The way a car stops when the driver can no longer drive it. Inside, in the driver's seat, was a 36-year-old woman named Qualeisha Barnes. She had been shot 4 times in the face. She was 14 weeks pregnant. She was pronounced dead at the scene. This is her story, and it is more complicated than the headlines made it look. Subscribe now so you don't miss a single update when this case develops. Before we get into what happened on that street, well, you need to know who was in that car. Welcome to Caught in the Web True Crime Stories. Kindly support us by subscribing to this channel and turn the notification icon.
When you see me out, yeah, all my bitches lit. All bad bitches on deck, take a pic. Class A zoo in the booth, taking pics. Keep looking in the mirror, goddamn, I'm getting thick. Little nigga looking icy, I can tell he think he rich. One trip to the mall, little nigga, that ain't shit. Pull that little money out, let me run through it. I'll shake my ass in this bitch if it come to it.
Qualicia Barnes was born and raised in Southwest Detroit, Michigan. She came from a tight-knit family. Her mother, Francine Lopez Stewart, her sister, Shatara Davis, and a community in Detroit that watched her grow from a girl who loved dressing up into a woman who built something real. Around 2012, she relocated to Atlanta. She eventually built a life in the metro Atlanta area for close to a decade. And in those 10 years, she built multiple things simultaneously. Her rap name was Siditty, sometimes written as So Siditty. It was not a name she invented for a brand. Her mother explained it directly. Qualeisha loved makeup. She loved fashion. She loved beauty. She was just built like that, and the name came from who she already was. In Detroit's hip-hop scene, that name carried actual weight. Her catalog included tracks like Get a Check, Turn to the Bank, Really Mean It, and Bad Lil B.H. She dropped a full project called Diddy of My City.
The only Diddy in my city with a lit wrist. Known for knocking bitches off for talking slick shit. 2 rollies in a patty, I'm a rich bitch. Got an E-late in a Beamer, bitch, I can't miss.
A nod to her Detroit roots that she carried with her even after moving south. Her collaborations included some of the most respected names out of that city: Icewear Vesso, Babyface Ray, and Peasy. If you know the Detroit rap landscape, you know those are not small names. You do not get features from those artists by accident. She earned her way into those rooms. She grew her Instagram following to over 103,000. And separately from her music, she ran a clothing business called So Siditty Boutique, an online retail store she opened in 2022. She was the CEO of that company while simultaneously recording music, growing an online brand, and going to school. Because here is the part of her story that stopped people cold when it came out. Qualicia Barnes was enrolled in nursing school. She had made the dean's list. She had 2 semesters left before graduation. Her mother told reporters, "She was so proud of herself, and we were so proud of her." This was not a woman choosing between a music career and a professional future. She was doing both at the same time, and she was excelling at both at the same time. Her sister Shatara, 38, told 11 Alive News, "I don't know her as Siditty. I don't know her as the 103,000 followers. I know her as Qualeisha. I know her as Lele. I know her as we, in the same house, in the same bed. That's what I know her as. All that friend stuff, I don't care about none of that. That was my sister. That was my baby. That is, who was in that car.
I know her as Qualeisha. I know her as Lily. I know her as we in the same house, in the same bed. That's what I know her as.
This detail has not gotten enough attention in the coverage. According to reporting by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, on the morning she was killed, Qualeisha had a flight booked to Detroit to see her sister. She was planning to fly out on the morning of April 8th. She never made it to the airport. Her mother, Francine Lopez Stewart, told the AJC that she had spoken with Qualeisha by phone the night before, on Tuesday, April 7th. They chatted that evening. Qualeisha had been staying in the Buckhead area. The next time Lopez Stewart heard from anyone regarding her daughter, it was from an Atlanta police detective calling with news no mother should ever receive. The family had also recently shared another major piece of news. For more than a year, Qualeisha had talked about wanting to have a baby. At 14 weeks pregnant, that dream had become real. The family was planning a gender reveal party scheduled for May 16th. That party will never happen. So on the night she was killed, Qualicia Barnes was 14 weeks into a pregnancy she had wanted, hours away from a flight to see her sister, 2 semesters from a nursing degree, and running a business. She was not in the wrong place. She was in a neighborhood in the southeast Atlanta, and someone chose to be on that street at that exact time. Atlanta PD Lieutenant Christopher Butler confirmed to Atlanta News Now that officers were dispatched around 1:23 a.m. and arrived at 2920 Springside Place Southeast. What they found was the white Range Rover Sport stopped in the roadway, not parked, stopped, with the victim inside, unresponsive, with multiple gunshot wounds. EMS pronounced Qualicia Barnes deceased at the scene. Lieutenant Butler confirmed that based on the initial investigation, it appeared the shots were fired into the vehicle from outside. Police are still working to determine the exact number of rounds fired. Her family later confirmed the detail that police had not yet publicly released at that point. She had been shot 4 times in the face. Her unborn child did not survive. Police processed the scene for hours. Officers canvassed the neighborhood for surveillance footage, attempted to contact residents, and began working to reconstruct the vehicle's route prior to the shooting.
I heard gunshots, like maybe 4 or 5 gunshots, and then a car, Honda, just flew up the street. Like 20, 30 minutes later, the cops everywhere.
Lieutenant Butler told reporters, "We have a general route that was taken, so we will have to backtrack some information to figure out the exact circumstances, if anyone was with her or not." He stated, "No suspects have been identified."
We've got a general idea of the route that was taken, so we're going to have to backtrack some information to figure out the exact circumstance, if anybody was with her or not.
No arrests have been made. The investigation is ongoing. Now let's talk about what that street looks like, because it matters. Springside Place Southeast is a residential street that ends in a cul-de-sac. One way in, one way out. The homes in that neighborhood have Ring cameras on their front doors. There are floodlights on porches. These are not abandoned blocks. This is a neighborhood where people are present and paying attention. And yet, at 1:30 in the morning, someone pulled up to that Range Rover and fired 4 rounds through the windshield, and then they left. One neighbor, Mevlin Mapp, told Fox 2 Detroit what he heard. 4 or 5 gunshots, and then a Honda flew up the street. 20 or 30 minutes later, police were everywhere. That Honda has not been publicly identified. No driver has been named, no plate has been released. But Mapp's account tells us something critical. There was a vehicle involved that left the scene, and investigators know that now. When the family came forward, they were not waiting for investigators to lead the narrative. They were already pointing in a direction. Qualicia's mother, Francine Lopez Stewart, told reporters she believes more than one person was responsible for her daughter's death.
She was so proud of herself, and we were so proud of her.
As for what justice looks like, Lopez Stewart says seeing not just one person held responsible, but multiple, because she believes her daughter was set up.
If you instigate something that causes a murder, then you need some kind, you need something. I think you need to go to jail too.
She did not say she suspected foul play. She said she believes her daughter was set up. Those are 2 different statements. One is suspicion, the other is a claim about what happened. And then she added the part that changed the entire direction of the public conversation. She told reporters that she believes Qualicia was targeted specifically because of the pregnancy. Not because of the music, not because of any public-facing dispute, because of the child she was carrying. Lopez Stewart also said, if you instigate something that causes a murder, then you need some kind of, you need something. I think you need to go to jail too. That statement is not grief speaking randomly. That is a mother who believes she understands the shape of the conspiracy that ended her daughter's life, and she wants every person in that shape held accountable. Not just the shooter, but whoever initiated it. Under Georgia law, depending on the circumstances, that could expose multiple individuals to felony murder charges. The family is calling for accountability at every level of involvement. This is the angle that the public has locked onto and will not let go of. Not because it is confirmed, but because it aligns with what the family is saying and what the location tells us. The theory circulating widely, when including from street sources and online commentary, is that the father of the unborn child is connected to this killing. Atlanta police have not named any suspect publicly. No person of interest has been officially announced. But the mother's direct statement that her daughter was targeted because of the pregnancy is pulling the entire conversation toward the question of who did not want that baby to exist. Think about what that means in terms of the planning required. To shoot someone 4 times in the face at 1:30 in the morning in a residential cul-de-sac with one way in and one way out, you have to know that person is going to be on that street. You do not end up in a dead-end residential neighborhood at the right place, the right time, with the right target by accident. Either that car was followed there, or someone had information about where Qualicia was going to be that night and passed it along. There are also unconfirmed reports, not yet verified by news outlets, that a horn was honked just before the shots were fired. If that detail holds up, it means someone deliberately got her attention first. That is not the behavior of someone who stumbled into a situation. That is someone who was ready, waited, and acted on purpose. The location supports premeditation. The method supports premeditation. The timing supports premeditation. There is a detail that has been shared online in connection with this case that I need to address directly and honestly before we go further. There are claims circulating, specifically on social media, that a close friend of Qualicia's, one identified online by the Instagram name Courtney Chanel, was also killed and buried in the same month of April, but in 2025, suggesting a possible connection between the two deaths. I want to be direct with you. As of the recording of this video, I have not been able to find a single verified news report, police statement, or confirmed public record to corroborate that claim. That does not mean it is false. What it means is that it is unconfirmed, and this channel does not present unconfirmed information as fact. If that story is real, it adds an entirely different dimension to what happened. The possibility that 2 women from the same circle were targeted in the same time period. That is not a coincidence if true. That is a pattern. If you have verified information about this, contact Atlanta Police via Crime Stoppers at 404-57-70-IPS. If you are a journalist or community member with documentation, bring it forward. What this case does not need is speculation filling the space where facts should be. When the news of Qualicia's death spread, the Detroit hip-hop community responded immediately. Detroit Got Talent posted a tribute describing her as one of Detroit's own who touched many lives. Her cousin Monica Barnes posted on Facebook, "Life is not fair. Y'all didn't have to do her like that." Another family member wrote, "Damn, I'm so sorry this happened to you. R.I.P. cousin. This pain is unreal. Y'all took a real boss." Artists and fans who had followed her career for years shared condolences across platforms. The music was real. The community was real. The grief was real. And the family is making burial arrangements. Per reporting from the AJC, Qualicia will be buried in Detroit. Her great-grandmother will be present. The sister who described her as "my baby" will have to bury her instead of picking her up from the airport. Here is what Atlanta police have officially confirmed as of the time of this video. A 36-year-old woman was found shot and killed inside a vehicle at 2920 Springside Place Southeast at approximately 1:23 a.m. on April 8, 2026. The case is classified as a homicide. The shots appear to have been fired from outside the vehicle. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's office has confirmed the cause of death. No suspects have been named. No arrests have been made. One, investigators are reviewing surveillance footage from the area and have a partial picture of the vehicle's route prior to the shooting. A witness placed a Honda leaving the scene at high speed immediately after the gunshots were fired. That vehicle has not been publicly identified. The family believes this was a targeted attack connected to the pregnancy. The family believes more than one person was involved. The family is calling on anyone with information to come forward. If you know anything, if you saw something on Springside Place SE that night, if you know who was driving that Honda, if you have any information about who knew where Qualicia Barnes was going to be on the night of April 7th going into April 8th, you can contact Crime Stoppers Atlanta anonymously at 404-577-TIPS. You do not have to give your name. Warner, there is no risk to calling that number. At the center of this case is a 36-year-old woman from Southwest Detroit who built a music career without a major label, ran her own business without a partner, made the dean's list while doing both, and was 2 semesters from a nursing degree. She had a gender reveal party scheduled for May 16th. She had a flight to see her sister that morning. She had 103,000 people who followed her work and one sister who knew her as Lele. All of it was taken on a residential street, in a cul-de-sac, in the early hours of a Wednesday morning, by someone who came prepared. No arrest has been made, no suspect has been named, and the people responsible are still out there. Rest in power, Qualicia Barnes. The moment there is an arrest, a named suspect, or a confirmed development in this investigation, you will hear about it here. Subscribe if you haven't, share this video, put it on your story. The more people who know the name Qualicia Barnes and know what happened on Springside Place SE, the harder it becomes for this to be forgotten. Drop a comment below with the question you cannot let go of. We read every single one.